What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here with episode number 2 of the Belgium series with Cercle Brugge. I've now done the first half of the season, so we'll have a look at that in a second. To be quite honest, it has been an absolute disaster, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. Well, carry on and see if I got any transfers, and we'll have a look at some other details as well. We haven't brought anyone in, we haven't actually really, sold anyone, couldn't actually remember, to be fair. So we'll go into the fixtures. It's been a bit of a disaster, to be honest. First game of the season, we lost 4-2 at home to Lokeren. We actually took the lead through De Haenen in the 32nd minute, but then we only held the lead for 60 seconds as Ivan Leko equalised for them, and then Ndumbu put them 2-1 up just 3 minutes later, and then 5 minutes after that Hamadi Harbari put them 3-1 up, so going from 1-0 down to 1-0 up, to 3-1 down in the space of just 9 minutes. We then pull one back from Nuno Reyes in the second half, but just 60 seconds later Depay put them 4-2 up to give them the points and the first win of the season. There's 16 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 3, and I had 51% possession. We then got our first point of the season with a 1-1 draw with Charleroi. Ederson put them 1-0 up with just 4 minutes to go, but thankfully Nuno Reyes equalised for us right on the stroke of full time to give us the point. 9 shots to 8 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 2, and they had 52%. I had 52% possession. We then picked up our first win of the season by beating KV Mechelen 3-1 in the third game of the season. A penalty from Hans Cornelius put us 1-0 up just before the hour mark, and then 20 minutes to go, our assistant manager Arnar Viorsen made it 2-0, and just 2 minutes later Gael Tok made it 3-0. We weren't able to keep a clean sheet as just 5 minutes from time Dialaba or something made it 3-1. Oh, wrong one. 18 shots to 6 in my favour. I had 8 on target to their 3, and I had 56% possession. We then drew 2-2 away to AA Ghent. I quite like this one, to be fair, because Pedersen put them 1-0 up in the second minute, and then with 20 minutes to go Zukanovic made it 2-0 to Ghent to put them 2-0 up before half time. Gael Tok actually did pull one back for us just before half time, actually, to make it 2-1. And with 50 minutes to go, Viorsen got his another goal to make it 2-2, and we come back from 2-0 down against AA Ghent. Stats wise, it was 14 shots each. They had 9 on target to my 3, and I had 53% possession. We then lost 3-1 at home to Genk. De Quiller put them 1-0 up in the 17th minute. Vertot made 2-0 with just 2 minutes to go before half time. Gael Tok did pull it back to 2-1, but just 12 minutes after that Quiller made it 3-1 to give them the points. It's 15 shots to 10 in their favour. They had 7 on target to my 3, and they had 59% possession. We then drew 1-1 home to Liers, away to Liers, The Hain put us 1-0 up with just 10 minutes to go. With 7 minutes after, just 3 minutes later, Gorstiens made it 1-1, and we came away with a point. 10 shots to 8 in my favour. They had 4 on target to my 3, and they had 56% possession. We then beat Turnhout, the 3rd division side, in the Belgian Cup 6th round. Mario in the 67th minute, and Kabanka in the 90th, giving us the win and through to round 7, where the board want us to get. It was 20 shots to 3 in my favour, 6 on target to their 1, and I had 58% possession. At one point it felt like we weren't even going to get anything against them. We then lost 2-0 home to Mons. The Posteliok scored in the 8th minute and then on half hour mark to give them the win. It's 11 shots each. We had 3 each on target, and they had 52% possession. We then lost home 4-2 to Standard Liège. Away to Standard Liège. De Camargo put them 1-0 up in 60 seconds, and Ezekiel made it 2-0 just before half time. In the 51st minute, Mapuku put them 3-0 up. Reyes did pull one back in the 55th minute, but then just 10 minutes later, Tal Benaim made it 4-1 to standard. João Murillo did pull one back, but it was too little too late. We ended up losing 4-2. 14 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 6 on target to my 3, and they had 54% possession. We then somehow managed to beat Anderlecht 1-0. Uchebo in the 19th minute giving us the only goal of the game and another 3 points. 28 shots to 8 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 4, and they had 52% possession. So I don't know actually how I got away with that. We then drew 1-1. How'd you say that? Baslan Beveren. We went 1-0 up in the 5th minute, but just 10 minutes into the second half, Johnny Rowell made it 1-1. It's 11 shots to 10 in their favour. We both had 4 each on target, and they had 54% possession. We then drew 1-1 again at home to Sultan Vergen. We went 1-0 up in the 1st minute. Bob Lay Anderson pulled it level for Vergen in the 54th to make it the second 1-1 draw in a row, and the second time we threw away a lead. It's 15 shots to 7 in their favour. We both had 3 each on target, and they had 53% possession. We then lost 3-2 at home to OH Laverne. This was even worse because we were 2-0 up. Kawabanga put us 1-0 up in the 14th minute, and then Mario in the 37th minute made it 2-0 before half time. But then Ibu equalised just 12 minutes into the second half. Pulled it one back just in the second half. Oviedo Kuru made it 2-2 with 17 minutes to go, and just 10 minutes later he got his second of the game to make it 3-2. 17 shots to 7 in Laverne's favour. They had 6 on targets to my 2, and they had 52% possession. This is where it gets really bad. As you can see, I lost 2-1 at Ostende. The Plate made it 1-0 to them in the 8th minute. Matos made it 2-0 in the 69th. They had a player sent off, Frederick Brilliance, in the 71st minute. Cornelius scored from a resulting penalty to make it 2-1, but we weren't able to get another goal and ended up losing 2-1. 17 shots to 15 in Ostende's favour. They had 6 on target to my 3, and I had 52% possession. We then lost 2-0 home to Kortrijk. Chanot in the 11th minute, and then Ramon with just 3 minutes to go, giving them the win. 12 shots to 5 in my favour. We both had 4 each on target, and they had 53% possession. We then lost in the 7th round of the cup to Beveren. Maman in the 5th minute, and then Buenos Sar in the 34th, giving them the 2-0 lead before half time. 9 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 6 on target to my 1. We had 50% possession each. We lost 4-2 again to Lokeren. They went 1-0 up in the 10th minute. I equalised with 15 minutes to go thanks to Naulitz. They went 2-1 up for Potosi, then 3-1 up just 60 seconds later for Dumande. Chebo equalised, pulled one back straight after that, but then just before 70th minute mark, Majat Marek made it 4-2 to Lokeren. 22 shots to 6 in their favour. They had 12 on target to my 4, and they had 53% possession. And then in the final game of this section, we lost to the Bruges derby 2-0. Tommy Hogley put Club Brugge 1-0 up in the 45th minute, and just before the hour mark, Thomas Mariner made it 2-0 to give them the win. 25 shots to 4 in their favour. They had 9 on target to my 4, and they had 57% possession. So unfortunately it was a bit of a shocking games, to be fair. We had 16. We've played 16 games actually, because I decided to play an extra game due to having the Bruges derby, and also the fact that this made it even, because for some reason we actually had some games called off, and we were lagging about 2 or 3 games behind some teams. So I'm not quite sure why it was that bad, to be fair, but we managed to play the 16 games, so we're not doing too badly. Well, say we're not doing too badly, we're doing actually awful, to be fair, but we're still only a couple of points. As you can see here, We are bottom of the table, just 2 wins all season, somehow against Anderlecht being one of them, which is a bit weird. We are only 2 points from safety against Liers. We've got Mechelen just above us and A against. I've actually had a look at Wikipedia since I started this to see about all the playoffs and stuff. The top 6, which is the Champions League, I believe actually is just another league version again, where they play each team twice after that. 7th to 14th in the for the Europa League, they actually go into 2 groups of 4, and the winners of both groups go into a knockout stage, or like a final essentially, and the winner of that will nab the final playoff place. And the bottom 2, this is a little weird, 15th, 16th, they play each other. I've got to remember this now. They go into a sort of a league table of just the 2 of them. Whoever finishes highest actually gets a 3-point head start, and then they play each other 5 times. Whoever finishes top out of those 2 will stay up. The other team will then go into a playoff with the teams 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the Belgian second league, and then I believe they go into like a semi-finals and final with the winners staying up. I believe, I'm not 100% sure on that one. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully I can get some points to drag myself into the Europa League qualifiers. I mean, it's weird that basically the top 14 teams have chances of getting into Europe. Don't quite agree with the fact that the team in 14th could get into Europe. That's a bit silly, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But hopefully I can get some more points to drag myself away. I really do need it, especially winning 2 games, even though one was against Anderlecht. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Finance wise, we are losing money, as you can see. 500,000 in debt, with supposed to be 1.4 million at the end of the season. We do have 2 bank loans, almost 100 grand a month, though they do end at the end of this season. And we haven't got a decent sponsorship deal, to be fair. We need to bring down the actual salaries, obviously, because I'm about 9 grand over. We'll have to see how that goes. Media prediction, we are actually due to finish 15th according to this. Not quite sure who's bottom. Let's have a look. Osende are supposed to finish bottom, but are in 9th. So hopefully we can drag ourselves back up the table a little bit. But that is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe, would appreciate it all. Tune in next time for a end of a regular season review, as the Americans put it. I will see where we finished in the leagues. I won't actually do any playoffs or anything like that. I'll show you that almost like a playoff special, almost, I suppose you could call it. But we'll do that then. But as always, that's it for this episode, guys. Like I say, as always, take it steady.